Hey everybody, welcome to the Sound Test Podcast. My name is Brian, and I have my good friends Max here, as well as Deontay.
You holding your breath? Don't hold it too long.
I'm not doing anything.
You see how much of a corporate shrill he is wearing his PlayStation hoodie? You know, this is when they get a PS5, they think they're just so high and mighty, and they think they're just better than everybody.
The whole time Sony didn't even have a press conference at E3.
And look at it, and he got the DualShock 5. Just
You got the PS5.
This is the Midnight Black that costs an extra. This one was $70. For whatever reason, the red one is $5 extra. You didn't have a conference this year. It's okay, little buddy. You be alright. You got stuff coming eventually.
Well,
like everybody else.
Despite Sony not having a conference, we still know a lot of Sony games is coming out this year, as well as some for next year. So actually, that's what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to look at some of the biggest releases coming in the second half of 2021, as well as looking forward for what's coming out in 2022. So this will be a two-part episode. The first part, we're just going to look through what Sony has to offer. We're going to talk about those, as well as Microsoft. And then the next episode, we're going to look at what Nintendo has to offer and what third parties are bringing to the table. And we're just going to give our opinions on all of those. All right, so we're just going to jump right into it as if we're Philip DeFranco. And let's start with
Could we get
Sony.
his views and his subs too?
I wish we could get his views. Good God, I wish we could get his views.
That would be.
That'd be incredible.
Okay.
The
All right.
Sound Test Podcast, your one-stop shop for gamer information.
Featuring Philip DeFranco, and he just slides on, pushes me out of the way. He's like, "Hey guys,"
And then we're just like,
He's like, "Hey, what's up, you beautiful bastards?" All right, so we're gonna start first with Sony, and we're gonna go this in release order of what we actually know. And we could do excitement level. Let's do a 1 to 5 rating based on how excited you are of this release. So the first release
is 1 being like stupid excited and 5 being like I don't care.
Actually, I was thinking the other way around, like 5 being the best and 1 being the worst.
Okay.
All right, so we have Kena Bridge of Spirits. That's supposed to be coming out in August 2021 for the PS5 and PS4. So, yes, no. How
I'm
we
gonna
feeling
get
about that?
I'm gonna get that about a 3. I
Let
mean,
me
I remember
what that was.
I remember that
Max,
looking.
Max, you remember what it was? Is that
I
like
don't.
kind of like Pixar looking game? It's like a female
Oh,
protagonist.
this. It looks beautiful. Oh yeah, didn't they release that at E3 last year?
Yeah, they showed it like in their first PS5 like showcase.
It's like
I think. Yeah, I'm right there with Squiddy. I'd say about a 3 with excitement. I mean, it looks great.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting.
it's like a very pretty version of Talk and the Power of Juju.
Oh boy,
Oh
that
God,
is
you're
that
going
is
back.
Like,
You're going
it
back
really-
in time, boy.
Imagine that nothing but like forest and all these mythical powers and stuff, just without the tiki and the like all the tribal stuff, and you
yeah.
put magic with it all, and you got yourself a very Pixar-y adventure game.
It looks a bit whimsical, like that game, that Xbox 360 release game. What was that, Cameo?
Yeah,
remember
Cameo, yeah.
That game was actually really fun. That game was actually really fun.
I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, I'm about a 3. Yeah, it looks really good. The team is apparently like really small, so I don't know anything else that they made before this, but and it's funny because it was. Go ahead.
I think either one of them or both of them are black too.
Oh,
Don't don't quote me on that, but I think because there was like a developer video that I watched a while ago, where they were talking about how they were using the engine of the game, as far as storytelling and using the graphics to assist with building the world and building the character. I mean, and all of it looked stunning. Like it looked amazing, and they showed somebody's sister voice acting like the main character or something. It was like 6 minutes long, but it was a really nice video. And from the stuff that they showed off, yeah, the studio, they showed the team too, and this team is kind of small. It looks like less than 100 people, almost.
Oh, it's like a middle-sized studio.
Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah, this was originally supposed to be a launch title, so that was a huge delay.
Yeah.
But it's not like Sony is hurting on exclusives anyway or titles anyway. So, but yeah, that's coming out August 2021. At least it's set for August 2021. The next game, also in August 2021, which was just recently announced, was Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut. I haven't played Ghost of Tsushima. Deontay, you haven't, right? So Max,
I've played plenty of it, and yes, all I say is yes. It's Ghost of Tsushima. The gameplay's really fun. It can get difficult at times, but it's a very welcoming experience. It's not the hardest game in the world, but it does have some challenge to it. The game itself is gorgeous. Oh my god, just traveling the world is freaking gorgeous. Not to mention it's just cool. Like a lot of cool things happen in that game. You're playing it, this happens, you're like, oh my god, that's badass. So there's plenty of those moments around there. You can change the voices from English to Japanese. The voice acting is good in both. I didn't see what extra day they have in this cut.
So the director's cut, it has the Legends multiplayer mode already in there, but also has an expansion. I'm not going to say the name of the island because I cannot remember it. But it's a whole separate island, real life Japanese island, that like a little side story takes place in.
Iki Island.
Iki, thank you.
Iki Island.
Yeah, and so it's supposed to be like a whole new little campaign in there. It is going to be a full price release, $70 on PS5. But there's also like a convoluted upgrade system, and like there's like some upgrade where it'd be like $30 if you have the original one. Some that's like $20 if you have the original one. It just depends on what version you have or what console you have it on.
That's
okay. Yeah, it's really fun. In the multiplayer, I will say the multiplayer is pretty darn fun as well. The story mode of a part of it is interesting, and the multiplayer part especially if you're playing on hard, the multiplayer can actually get pretty darn difficult.
Oh, I see what you're talking about with the pricing for pre-ordering. It says you can pre-order an upgrade to Director's Cut on PS4 for $20. This upgrade will become available starting August 20th. And then on August 20th, if you bought the Director's Cut for PS4, you'll be able to upgrade to the Director's Cut on PS5 at any time for $10. So you can also upgrade directly from the original Ghost of Tsushima PS4 to the Director's Cut on PS5 for $30.
That's too much instructions. That's just way too much instructions.
So it's basically they're kind of sort of treating the Director's Cut and the original game separately.
Yeah.
And if you want to pay, you got to pay to upgrade. Basically, it's not a free upgrade in any way, shape, or form.
So if that's the case, then the island must be some pretty substantial, new content.
The full game itself has a lot of content too, so you're definitely going to be playing a lot of game. I will say that.
Gotcha. Well, that's on a 5 for me because, like I said, I wasn't expecting them to do a re-release, I thought they were just going to do like that 60 FPS
boost
patch that they did a while ago, and just keep it moving and just develop on a new game or whatever. But here they are with their nice 4K 60 upgrade.
It's a
With
4
extra
for me.
content.
Just because I had no like real interest in it, but Max has a very glowing review of it, and I do like
Like, I've always
the
wanted
style
to
of
get
it.
it.
Yeah. So moving on, in September, and it's kind of ridiculous. They kind of have like a major release every month. It seems like September we have Deathloop by Arcane Studios, and I'm at a 5 for this. This was definitely going to be like a system seller for me if I can never, find a PS5.
Never become graced with its presence.
Right. If Sony just allows me to buy it.
If they don't delay it.
Bro, this game has so much delays. It's like the second delay. Again, this was
Bruh.
this was supposed to be a launch title as well. But yeah,
Delays are
Deathloop.
either a good thing or a bad thing.
I'm very excited for Deathloop. Black protagonist, black antagonist. Arcane is known for Dishonored, Dishonored 2. They did Prey. And yeah, it's a PS5 exclusive. And yeah,
Look, it's on PC too.
it's going to be on PC, and it's a 1-year timed exclusive basically. Before it heads over to Xbox and Game Pass. But yeah, so the whole the whole time loop mechanic and all the impressions I've seen of it has been really great. So, and basically Arcane doesn't miss. So I'm pretty excited it's going to be a great game.
They halfway missed with Prey. A lot of people didn't.
Yeah.
It was okay. It wasn't Dishonored levels of good.
Yeah,
It was
people work.
not-
Yeah.
That's about a. I don't like. I literally feel like they've shown trailers of the game, and don't get me wrong, the trailers of the game that they have shown were like very stylized and they were very good at showing what the game was. But I'm not completely sold on the game premise itself yet.
Get on my podcast.
Until I see like an actual mission played out.
You didn't even listen.
I think I'm right.
Like I need to see like not a trailer gameplay. I need to see a gameplay trailer where it is literally.
I mean, they've had that.
They go, hey guys, this is your main character name. So this is what he's going to do, and I need to see UI, map, whatever the case may. I need to actually see like in-game, in-engine. So that way I know what the hell is going on.
They definitely did that already. It was just like insider stuff that they did. I know kind of funny games. They had like an exclusive like thing where they did like a hands-off preview and they like commented on it and stuff like that. So they've shown press things like that.
Well, maybe I'm an idiot.
I haven't seen that stuff either.
I'm not super excited about it.
I'd say about
maybe
one
if I
step
like
up.
see a little bit more. I mean, if it's, I mean, the powers and stuff look cool, and it's very I'm looking at it now. It looks very Dishonored. It looks like Dishonored.
It surely does.
With the abilities and stuff, and that's not a bad thing at all. And I haven't played a Dishonored game, but I've always wanted to, and because they look damn fun. But it's just, I don't know. I have to see more.
There must be
And then
more.
I would be thoroughly convinced. But as of currently, it's like a 2.
Yikes.
Me, I think I'm about one step up. I'm about at a 3. Actually it's probably going to improve if I were to see more like Squiddy. I haven't seen more than just those trailers shown at like E3. Dishonored, I played Dishonored 2, and one thing about the Dishonored games, they're very versatile. It's almost like a sense that you can do so much with it. Like seeing a beginner play versus a pro play is like looking at 2 completely different games. And there's so much you can do with it, and I'm hoping that Deathloop is gonna have that same amount of versatility. If it does, oh my god, I don't think I would put it down. I don't think I'd put the game down, but I just, again, like Squiddy said, I need to see more for me to really be like, oh, I need this in my life.
What if Arcane pulls like a really like fucky situation where that somehow, in some way, since the games are very similar, that Deathloop is a part of the Dishonored.
If they were to somehow make that work, boy, they would have to pull all types of uh,
Like it's just a
uh,
different timeline or a
plot
different area
holes
in that universe or something,
and
that would be
retcons and
pretty cool.
all types of retcons and freaking plot holes and they'd have to man.
Up next we have Ghostwire Tokyo, which is by the Japan studio from Bethesda, the ones who did the Evil Within games. Ghostwire Tokyo looks pretty cool. It's like a FPS horror shooter type thing.
Yeah, I still don't know what the hell it is. That's like on a 1 for me.
That's like a 3 for me. The stuff I've seen from it looks really cool. They haven't shown a lot of the game.
Yeah. Tango
Gameworks, thank you. And ironically, both Deathloop and Tokyo Ghostwire, both of those deals were made before Microsoft bought Bethesda. So it'd be hilarious if both those games, the first thing you see when you boot up is Xbox Game Studios.
Like, whoa. Like, all right, I understand. Thanks, Bethesda. Yeah, that's about like a 1. I'm like, we seen the trailer and it looks spooky and stuff, but I'm not really into horror games like that. It's just me. They don't seem all that interesting, or at least certain ones. And I would like to see more gameplay again, I guess. And it's been like over a year. We still haven't seen anything. So.
Yeah, I can't remember if they showed any stuff.
My level is waning even more. So yeah, that's about a 1.
Max?
About a 2. I do love horror. Horror is like my favorite genre. But again, that's probably not something I'm going to play. That's probably something I'm going to watch a playthrough of.
Fair enough. So yeah, that's Tokyo Ghostwire. It looks interesting. It's a 3 for me. And that's in October. Now, this next game still doesn't have a release date. It's targeting 2021. So I'm assuming if it were to come out this year, this would be November. This would be like Sony's big holiday game. But Horizon Forbidden West, or Horizon 2 Forbidden West. That's
I haven't even played the original, and I'm excited for that.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a 5 for me. Max, you haven't played Horizon, have you?
Zero Dawn? No, I haven't played it.
Okay.
Not yet, at least.
All right, so
I
that
booted
means...
it up. I booted it up, and I played as Aloy when she was a kid, and got to the tree, like talking to her grandma or something at the very beginning, and then that was like it.
Okay, so
like, all right.
I can talk on Horizon since I played through it. So it is huge. That map is huge in the first game. It is an open world action game, and there's so much to do. There's a lot of things to do. The main character, Aloy, she's very likable. It has RPG-like elements where you can kind of dictate how the conversation goes with Aloy. You can kind of, be assertive, or you can be like caring and things like that. But the biggest thing, biggest draw with Horizon is the combat, along with the enemies, and you have these giant mechanized animals, and they explain it in the actual story, as well as the name Horizon Zero Dawn. Like, that just sounds like word soup, but they actually explain what that means in the story of the original game. But the scope of that game is so great, because you'll have like this ginormous like beast that's like literally like skyscraper tall, and you have to fight this animal. You have to find some way to take this thing down, and the combat variety in Horizon is very good. So you can use different types of arrows and different types of traps to whittle the machines down, and there's a lot going on with the game. I didn't expect me to like really enjoy Horizon going into it. I literally had started to play it because 2 was announced, and yeah, it just brought me in, man. It was really solid game. And the state of play that they showed us, one, that game is gorgeous. The first one is gorgeous, but number two is also pushing like the boundaries of just fidelity.
I was gonna say when they showed that whole 15 minutes of two, that I'm pretty sure this is about two is literally about to set a standard for graphical fidelity.
Yeah.
It's that, like how Ratchet and Clank is currently, how that's blowing up for like how pretty it is and how gorgeous that game looks. I'm pretty sure Horizon 2 is about to, like, everybody's gonna be talking about how gorgeous it looks. Look at all the pixels and all the frames and all the particle effects and all that, and you're gonna hear nothing else about console graphics unless you're talking about Horizon 2, because it's one of the prettiest looking games that's not even out yet that we have seen.
Right, it's a true showcase
in gameplay
gen.
and in cutscenes. Because even during the gameplay, it was still running rock solid 60 in color.
Actually, it's not 60. It's like
it wasn't rock solid 60. I'm sorry, but it looked okay.
So, okay, here's my small criticism. If I'm not mistaken, on Horizon Zero Dawn on PS4, there was a performance mode and a basically a visual optimization mode. I basically only just played on visual optimization mode, which gave you 4K on PS4, only because I didn't find a good enough difference to frame rate to justify the better performing mode. The game does run right around 30, both the original and it looks like this one. I think they did say there is a 4K 60 mode or a 1440 60 mode, something like that. I think there is a 60 FPS mode on the PS5 version. So if that's the case, great. But that'll be like my only minor criticism.
Well, then I reject my statement about the frame rate. But the graphic, it's all about the graphics. That's what
the graphics. And that's what this is all about.
This is what it's all about. Dog football game.
So I'm very excited for Horizon Forbidden West. They're targeting 2021, but given the scope of the game, and I don't think because Sony has four big games coming out this fall, 3 if you don't count Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut. That's still a pretty substantial, second half of the year, with some seemingly big titles. So even if they pushed it to 2022, whatever. Now we're going to get into the 2022 section for Sony. So these are things we just kind of have a vague knowing of. First one is Forspoken. This is that. Is it Bandai Namco? Or is it Square Enix?
About to find out.
You said Forspoken?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a black female protagonist.
With freaking dragons.
That's Square. That's Square Enix.
Yeah, okay. This is Square.
Okay. So this game looks really dope. It's action RPG-ish. They shown a little bit of it last year, and I think a little bit of it this year as well. Graphically, it looks great. And it's kind of funny because it's like Square Enix. Sometimes they just have really rough stuff, but then they have stuff like this which looks really good. Like Guardians look a little rough. Avengers was rough.
It was rough. Don't even say a little. It was rough.
But then you have stuff like Final Fantasy, 7 Remake and Forspoken, and these games just look great, fidelity wise, great gameplay wise. It's like weird how there's that justification with Square. But how are we looking on Forspoken?
To be honest, I'd say a solid 4, maybe 3.5. It looks great. It looks like another game that I was a lot of hours playing. It looks great. It's just I don't know.
The move, I was about to say that the one thing that's selling me on it is the movement that the game is
Oh
showing.
yeah.
That looks pretty sick. And like a week ago, like there's a video from like a week ago on IGN where like some of the devs from Luminous was talking about how they're using the AMD Fidelity Effects Super Resolution.
That sounds like a
And
bunch
it's
of
like
words
when they're
together.
cutting it, yeah, you know, it was a bunch of tech talk about ones and zeros working with other ones and zeros to make stuff work the way it should. But I mean, and they're still showing older gameplay. But if they're, you know, going the extra mile, saying, "Hey, we're implementing this stuff to make the game hit its target, you know, 60 FPS and these 4K visuals or whatever," then I'm kind of, you know, try to feed into it, kind of buy into it a little bit. And then I look at the trailer again. I'm like, that looks good. That looks fun. So, you know, it's something that you actually would want to, you know, take into consideration when you look at the trailer and stuff again. So I'm definitely excited for it. And the dragon.
Yeah, I'm with Max. I'm like a 3-5-ish range. It looks cool. It is a new IP, so we'll just I don't see how that goes, but it looks like the good people of Square is handling that. So I don't think we have anything to worry about that part.
Right.
I remember when they showed the trailer initially, and it was still like Project Altalia or something like that.
Agatha or something like that. Yeah,
Agatha. Yeah, it was weird, and it was like, no, we got a real name. We're sorry.
So that's just a vague 2022. Next we have God of War 2 Ragnarok.
That's a 6, boy.
Their hand.
Y'all breaking the
Right,
scale.
yes, that's a
No, I'm joking. It's
Right.
definitely a 5. I'm still playing
Yes.
God of War currently, and I've thoroughly have been enjoying every bit of it that I've been playing. And ever since that, when the PS5 like kind of sort of got released, and like a couple of months afterwards, they released that 60 FPS patch. Because I remember when I played it, I tried playing God of War like a couple of years ago when I like initially bought it, but I think I was like so heavily into Overwatch that I just didn't feel like playing a super heavy duty single player game at the time. And plus, I think I was still playing God of War 3, but I was just so curious to see how the game looked, and I, you know, just popped it in to see what I was like. Damn, this looks kind of cool, but I feel like I need to actually sit down and enjoy it. And so I waited until like, you know, when COVID hit to actually play it, and I started playing. I was like, this is amazing. This is great. So I'm definitely excited, and I don't know where the story goes really, but it must be going somewhere for there to be another game to be coming out called Ragnarok. And usually Ragnarok with Norse mythology, that
The end times.
really pretty cool.
The end times.
Right.
Oh my goodness. But
Excited.
for me, yeah, that like I said, I'm super excited for it too. Definitely a 5. You know, when the first God of War that came out in 2018 first came out, I, you know, and just like everyone else, I was skeptical because they were completely reworking the gameplay part of it. But it ended up being all for the good. It's still fast-paced action, still hard as hell. And there's a lot more narrative. There's a lot more narrative to it too, which I very much appreciate.
And it's an action RPG.
Yes, I like the characters.
RPG.
I love Victor's the two blacksmiths, Kratos' son.
Boy.
All the characters are boy. All the characters are memorable. All the characters are memorable, and you can see that they didn't completely like retcon the old games. Kratos still fucked up the Greek pantheon. That realm is still destroyed, and he's haunted by those old gods that he killed. So much so that Zeus's spirit had to go to the underworld. Oh, look at me, spoilers. Oh, I'm so sorry.
I literally just said something like 10 seconds ago.
I'm sorry. Okay, no spoilers aside, sorry about that. Yeah, I can't wait till Ragnarok comes out. They're gonna show Thor in that. That's not a spoiler. They showed him in the trailer. I can't wait to see Kratos like shove Thor's throat up his ass.
Or his hammer.
Right.
God.
Yeah.
It's bound to happen, Brian. It's going to be funny, but you know it's going to happen.
Unfortunately, I'm like at a 1 or 2 for this because I have no sense of it because I didn't play the first one. Well, the reboot. I have no sense of what's going on. I'm happy for y'all, and a lot of people seem to be very excited for it. So, good for y'all. But I know nothing of this game.
Understand.
And I don't know why they went ahead and said, "Oh, it's definitely coming in 2021," and they showed absolutely no part of the game. No, guys, it's still coming in 2021. Don't worry, it's still coming in 2021. It's like, all right, yeah, it's coming in 2022. It's like you just said that from the beginning. Like it was a teaser in 2020.
Right, but they just showed the logo in the game, and then it's like, all right, we got y'all. No, y'all don't.
And our final upcoming Sony game that we know of so far is Gran Turismo 7, which also was supposed to be 2021. That got pushed to 2022.
There's literally only one person that I know would probably say it's a 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. That's they're not part of the podcast, but we should bring them on as a guest one time because they would probably put that at a 5. That's a big old fat 1 for me because I'm not into Sims.
Neither am I. I like looking at them though. They're great.
Yeah, I watched
plenty of Forza gameplay.
Yeah, I'm into racing sims. The Forza series, F1 series. The last one I was playing a lot was F1 2020. I do like racing sims. I never played a Gran Turismo game because my first Sony console was a PS4. So this would be a perfect time for me just to jump in and experience it. So it's like a 3 for me. But yeah, I noticed we're not all like super big racing fans. But of course, as I think racing games usually push the graphical fidelity of their consoles that they're on. So at the very least, we know it's going to be a gorgeous looking game.
Yes, without a doubt.
All right, so that puts us done for Sony. Again, that's what we know so far. Sony didn't have a E3. This is like their third year not participating in E3, second or third year not participating in E3. So they're just gonna do them. They're gonna do whatever they want. So
They're like the emo kids at the school table, like lunch table or something. They just want to be off to the side in the corner or something, and they just
man, if you know you don't got enough to show, don't do it. Gearbox.
Yeah.
You don't have anything, then don't. If you have nothing to show,
don't show it. There was literally nothing. That conference was a waste of time.
Moving on to Xbox.
Yes, moving on to Xbox. This is where I get to shine. The Series X.
Your mini free.
In the refrigerator.
So we have coming in July, which is I'm kind of excited for. I never played it, but Microsoft Flight Simulator comes to the Xbox Series consoles. Apparently, it's a very extremely demanding game. So even on like current PCs.
Did you see what they showed? Oh my god, that game was so gorgeous.
Yeah, it is. It is 4K 30 on consoles, but that's not that bad because it's a tank, CPU tank on PC. But yeah, the scope of the land looks amazing. Just like being to see so far out, so much detail, and just like the shining effects from the water and realistic looking buildings.
So draw distance simulator.
Right, and then it's basically a game to just chill, relax to. It's a very vibe heavy game. Just listen to podcasts or listen to some music while you're just casually piloting a giant plane with a bunch of people in it.
Casually kamikaze directly into your own neighborhood once you
God.
find it. That's what I would do. That's why it's a 3 for me if I ever get it, because I want to do that.
Yeah, it's probably like a 3 for me too. Have Game Pass. I don't gotta pay for it. I just gotta
You just gotta download it.
Just gotta
I don't
download.
have Xbox Game Gas, so yeah.
You should get it. It's the best value in gaming.
You gotta get your cockpit
Phil
set.
Spencer told me himself.
Oh my god. You gotta get your cockpit set up in like the basement. Like you're fully get some fans set up. Get some fans set up. Make it a 4D experience so you tilt and turn. When you tilt and turn.
Yeah, I that's too much. Just give me a controller. I don't need to literally go to Embry-Riddle and do aeronautical just to play Microsoft Flight Simulator. Like, it's okay. I'm straight on that. Just give me a little Atari stick and button.
So that's in July. We have Psychonauts 2 in August. Even though that's coming to everybody.
It is?
Yeah, because it was the game was it was before Microsoft acquired Double Fine. So
that's the 5 now.
Yes sir. I'm about to play that, boy.
I played like quite a bit of the first one. I've loved it. I don't know why I put it down. I think I got lost and annoyed. Yeah, but from what I did play of it, there's a reason why it was a cult classic, and it still hasn't gotten its due diligence in the gaming community as a platformer. Like, seriously, that game gets so constantly overlooked because of shit like Mario games and Sonic games during the time were just on top of everything.
Yeah, this was early 2000s. I haven't even played it. The original.
It's one of those. It's a great game, and two, I'm pretty sure that this is going to be another one that if the gaming community as a whole is not careful, it will get swept under the rug, unfortunately, into underrated bliss.
Exactly. And it looks faithful enough to the original. It looks like definitely it's been handled well.
Yeah, it looks very faithful.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with Jack Black in it somewhere in there.
Yeah.
So that's August. We also have kind of a gap in there. Forza Horizon 5 in November. Good God, this game looks so crazy. Like the what it used to be on, the Xbox One was the Forza Motorsport games. Those were like the ones that was really pushing the console in terms of like graphical fidelity, because they had like a lot less to render, and the Horizon still looked really good, but they had to scale it back because of the open world. But oh my God, 5 looks insane.
It's like they reversed it. Like, let's put all the meat and potatoes into Horizon 5, and then we'll worry about motorsports later.
Man, 5 looks ridiculous. And it's an open world game at that.
Like, I remember when we were watching the stream, and all of us was like, "Oh, that's a nice little screenshot of it." And then the camera panned out, and then it
panned out. Yes, boy. Oh my God.
That was in-game engine. Like, it looked like a beautiful landscape picture that they just screenshot it in-game, and they just put it on the screen until they just pan the camera around and the cars were driving.
The cars just start zooming. It's crazy. Bruh.
It's definitely a 5 for me.
That's what. I never played the Forza games myself, but I've seen plenty of the gameplay when Forza Horizon, what was it, 4? Came out. Was 4 or 3? I'm tripping.
4 came out in 2019. No, 2018.
Whichever one you had,
no, that wasn't it. It wasn't Forza Horizon 3. Yeah, Forza Horizon 3. Then it was Forza Horizon 3, because this happened when I was hold on, man. What do I call you back? Forza Horizon 3 back when I first got to college. My roommate used to play that game night and day, and I remember that game looked gorgeous when it first came out. And Forza just blows your mind every time, without a doubt. Forza Horizon 5 looks amazing. It definitely gonna. I'm probably not gonna play it myself, but I'm probably gonna definitely like watch a lot of it. So I'm probably gonna give it like a solid 4.
I will give it a 2, just to be honest, because I probably won't play it at all or watch it. But I will give credit where credit is due, where the game will definitely be popular and it will be, a great racing game, like just in general.
I'm telling you,
And just console graphic.
I'm telling you, just get a 1 month pass at Game Pass and just go to town, champ.
I think about it.
Your computer can run it.
I don't know. It might.
It should.
I might need a 3080 to get all the bells and whistles.
First of all, that's like that's rent. that GPU is the cost of rent.
That is 1000% true, which is unreal. That reality just said it. Good lord.
2, you're not gonna find it because people keep on scalping it.
The terrifying prospects of trying to be a PC gamer and trying to upgrade.
We also have vague 2021 for Halo Infinite, and I'm definitely about a 4.5 for Halo Infinite. I do love Halo. I've been playing it literally since Halo 1, since the original Xbox. Just to put out there, I didn't have a problem with the graphics from last year. Yeah, Craig, what was his name? Craig. Yeah, he looked a little rough, but
that was Winston. I don't know why we keep calling this man Craig. He's Winston. He's an Overwatch. He literally looks like the gorilla.
But like literally, that was like one character model. Like everything else in that demo from last year, especially if you watch it 4K, if you watch
zoomed in some of them grunts, and they probably look like big bad Beetleborgs. Like them, kind of dicey.
Overall, I think it looked really good. But they showed more of the campaign, and that multiplayer. Good God, that multiplayer looks ridiculous. The hooks that they're adding to it, the ability to just like pick up weapons in like mid-air,
different skins.
Yeah, the different like skins that you can put on it, like the samurai stuff, the customization.
There's gonna be battle pass and microtransaction heaven.
Well, no, because there's a battle pass, but like the way they said the battle pass, if I'm not mistaken, is basically like you can always go back to the battle pass and recollect those things. So it's not like you have to be constantly grinding, all the time.
It's not like Call of Duty, where if you missed season 1 through whatever from Modern Warfare, you are.
Yeah, SOL.
Yeah, it's not like that. And also the multiplayer is free to play for everybody, which is huge. So that means that game's constantly going to have a population.
Oh yeah, man, Halo Infinite. That multiplayer, I will say, I haven't been excited for Halo since Reach. Halo 4, I played a good bit of Halo 4, but I was like, I'm not really digging it too much. Halo 5, I didn't really give a damn about it. But Halo Infinite, when I seen that trailer, I was like, oh my God. It's going to make me excited to collect armor again. You remember back in the day we had to get achievements to unlock armor? Yeah, man. Because the armor looks good. Halo 4, Halo 5, all the armor just looked, it didn't look good. It looked like, what the fuck am I looking at? That's a lot of what I said in Halo 4 and Halo 5. Like, what am I looking at? But Halo Infinite, the armor looks good again. Especially that samurai stuff. Oh my God, that armor looks so sexy. I'm definitely excited for Halo again. I haven't been excited for a long time, so it's definitely a 5 in my book.
Well, yeah, I know.
Halo 1, and I don't know. As far as my first-person shooter hands go, I know Halo is a different beast, and I don't know if I'm gonna like it. The modern way of how it plays now, unless they streamline some stuff. And I remember how Halo 1 felt, and oh boy.
Don't compare. Don't
Yeah,
compare Halo 1 to modern Halo, bro.
Yeah,
Don't.
they're very different.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think I played like a baby amount of ODST, because some random people at Cookman had it, and I was like, sure, and I was like, fuck this. All right.
And even though ODST is a weird one too, because that was a spin-off game.
Yeah.
So that's not a weird.
And you know, the only reason it's a 4.5 for me is because like I haven't played Halo 5. I played 1 through 4. No, I lie. I played 1, 2, ODST, Reach, and 4. I have not played 5, and I did not play the campaign for 3. But I'm a little out of the loop in terms of story. I'll play the story of 5 well before Infinite comes out, but I didn't hear a lot of good things about 5's story, so that's why I'm not too.
It's left on a part 2 type thing. Like the end of the game didn't resolve nothing. It's like this has to be like a Halo 5.2 shit.
5.2.
Yeah, if I hit a Kingdom Hearts of 5.5, 5.8, something like that. But yeah, they need to. That's why I'm saying I don't know where Halo Infinite is in the storyline. I don't know where that's in the storyline at all because Chief's wearing his old armor. Why would he downgrade armor? So it can't be after 5. That's what I'm thinking.
Unless this game is an attempt to retcon some old stuff.
Because Halo, no, because he upgraded his armor into the next more updated version at the end of Halo 4. So
yeah, every time he gives some type of armor upgrade.
Yeah.
The thing that is going to be interesting is typically when it comes to Halo, the campaign is like a very, short and sweet type of thing. They're usually like 10 hours or less. It's essentially just a big movie that you're going through. But the fact that they're doing open world and it seems like it's, as the name suggests, is infinite, so it's probably going to be like something continuously updating. I wonder how much mileage you can actually get out of, the campaign itself.
And I need epic moments. I need them epic moments, like at the end of Halo 2. Chief, what are you doing on that ship? Sir, finishing this fight. I need moments like that. I need it.
Yeah, I wonder how they're gonna control stuff like that. Because I will say, like, the campaigns are good moments of that. Like at the end of one where the time is ticking and like you're in the Warthog and you're just barreling through enemies. Things are blowing up. You're going over like leaps and humps and stuff.
My problem was though when I played Halo 1, like some odd 7 years ago, my first time. And when I got there, I didn't realize it was the end of the game because I didn't know what the fuck was going on. So I was just playing the game just to play the game. And when I got there and I beat I was like, and I seen credits, I was like, okay. All right, I guess I'm done. I don't have a reason to go back.
You did it completely ass backwards. All right, so that has a vague 2021. It's probably going to be November, if not November, December. I doubt they're going to, delay it another year. And if I was a betting man, I would say it's probably going to be November.
Said holiday. It said holiday. He wants to do holiday.
Yeah, I mean, Phil basically said
he wants it to be a Christmas game. He wants Halo Infinite in every child's stocking, under every tree.
Not in the stocking.
The Xbox mini fridge along with a copy.
Oh yeah.
That's coming out this fall too.
You open up the mini fridge, and Master Chief's helmet is inside. And
inside.
A copy of Halo Infinite.
The Mazda, the Halo Infinite Xbox Series X bundle, including the mini fridge.
You know how expensive that junk is gonna be.
Oh my god, that's just gonna be past the stack, bro. Past the stack.
Yeah.
All right, so that's 2021 for Microsoft. We have Stalker 2. That's just a vague 2022. Is that doing anything for anybody? Stalker 2.
Well, I never played Stalker 1, so.
But I didn't
I
even
never
heard of
played
Stalker 1.
That shit looked cool.
It
did.
it looked
cool as hell,
very
boy.
Metro Exodus type.
Yeah, and even though I've like barely played Exodus, well, I haven't played Exodus at all, and I played a little bit of like the first Metro game, which was
First Light
pretty.
or something like that.
Whatever one of them, it's really hard to tell which one is the first. But seeing Stalker 2 and like the enemy designs, the areas,
very Russian.
it was cool. Yeah, it's very Russian, but it was just cool. Like I don't know how else to describe it. Like the particle effects when it was like showing the weird zone or whatever. When the main character was going through that field and shit was like going all over the place, and like the gun designs, like there was a rail gun. You don't see rail guns in first person shooters that very often, and that one looked cool. They had like lightning and stuff coming off of it, and you see the particle effects on top of the gun. I'm not gonna lie, that's like a 4. Even though I don't know what the hell is going on. I just know it's in Russia. And something nuclear happened, probably near Chernobyl, and some shit's wrong. And I went to see. That kind of got me curious as to what's the first game about? What's going on?
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't put the first game on Game Pass so people
Not
can
yet.
try it out. Yeah, not yet. But,
So that's about like a 3.5.
It's like a 2 for me.
I'm definitely interested in that.
It's there. It looks cool. I have no investment in the series, but I mean, it's on Game Pass, so you could just try it out. But I'm not gonna be sitting there like, oh God, when is it coming out? God, I need to know the release date.
And then when it does come, I was like, oh crap, I haven't played Stalker 2 today. I gotta get in my house.
So as 2022 Stalker 2, we had Redfall. Also 2022, I think it said summer 2022.
That's Bethesda's game, right?
Yeah, that's Arcane's other new game.
Oh yeah.
This one, and they made sure you know that, hey, this is an Xbox exclusive. Nobody else is getting this.
It's not on PC. It's on nothing else. This is only ever going to be on the Xbox Series X and S, and that's fine.
Redfall was that Magic game, right?
It's the vampire magic game. Yeah.
That shit looked dope. I'm not gonna lie. I am pretty hyped about that one.
Yeah,
that one looked dope.
They didn't show gameplay, but again, it's Arcane, so
it's concept wise, I think it looks pretty darn dope to me.
I like what we've seen of the characters. The design of it looks really cool, and I think vampires is a really cool enemy design because we don't really see vampires as enemies a lot,
especially not modern day vampires.
Yeah.
And the character design, so the actual like music, the magicians, that is super dope.
Yeah, the fact that they're using like magic mixed in with just what I would assume is first-person gameplay.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's not like a third person. It seemed like it would fit that, but it could fit either or.
Yeah,
like a first person or a third person, or maybe a combination of both. Like I said, it's hard to tell because there's no gameplay. It's all a cinematic.
But yeah, that's definitely a 4 for me. That looks really interesting.
Same here, 4.
1 or 2.
Let me just admit it. You're an Xbox hater. It's all right. It's just
right.
I'm not.
You're wearing the PlayStation hoodie right now.
Look at that hoodie, bro. Anything you say right now is null and void because of that hoodie you're wearing right now.
You see me wearing an Xbox shirt or an Xbox hoodie?
Right.
No. You see me like plastered Xbox behind my background? I ain't taking it off. We just bullied him into taking off this.
I don't want the viewers to get any ideas thinking that I'm some kind of Xbox hater. I love all my consoles equally, even though I haven't owned a Xbox of any kind. No boxes.
See, I mean, that's what we're telling you. He just hates Xbox. It's all right. It's all right. We have Contraband, which was announced at E3. It was.
What the fuck is that?
it was literally just a cinematic, and they were just like, "Hey, it's a co-op, first person or third person shooter coming to exclusive to Xbox."
I do remember that.
All we know.
And this was like a 30-second cinematic. Like they showed a car and some ammo on a table and some guns, and it was like Contraband.
It was like, woo.
And that's it. Contraband.
So that's a one for me. Because like at least with Redfall, they showed us like some type of concept, and we kind of like can know what to expect. We just know absolutely nothing about Contraband.
Nothing.
I'll give it like a 1.1 just because it's a new game, and I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt.
What is that 0.1 for? Like it's so pointless. It's so useless.
That's a pity point, bro.
It's a pity point because they just had they at least got something out. The
cinematics had good graphics, I guess.
It had a good word font.
Yeah, I'm gonna get so excited over a freaking word font. Okay, and Microsoft's big one for next year, again, that's so we know so far, is Starfield. That's coming out. They even gave it a release date. Was it 11/11/2022?
Yeah.
Next November, which is crazy. That's a whole year and a half out. They were just like, this game's coming on this date. We already know. And again, they also made us very sure and make sure that we know this is an Xbox exclusive. This is not coming out to anything else. Sony, don't even think about it.
Like, but can you put it on PC? No!
It's gonna be on PC. It's definitely gonna be on PC.
Bruh.
What if that shit ends up on like the Atari or the Amico?
Bruh.
What are we gonna do now?
I mean, technically, it could be on the VCS since it's just a PC.
It could be. It could also be on a KF console whenever the hell they use that.
Play Starfield on your KF console.
Because apparently the KF console is supposed to move fast.
You need to, because you have the chicken grease all your hands and the controller, so it gotta move fast.
The chicken grease probably also powers the freaking station too. Powers the console.
Controller's just 2 drumsticks.
So, ew. What?
It was Starfield. That's a 3. I've been hearing about it forever. I want to see it. And I'm glad you showed it.
Like a finally. 3. But it's kind of just like it's by Bethesda Softworks or whatever. Bethesda Game Studio, sorry. Yeah. It's Bethesda Game Studio.
Don't Todd.
So they're responsible for the Elder Scrolls games and Fallouts. So it's basically, it could either just be a Elder Scrolls in space or a Fallout in space. You're just gonna kind of know what to expect with that.
It might be something different though. You know, they don't know spin. I'm expecting a plethora of bugs. I am expecting a plethora of bugs.
I'm gonna say no.
No,
because I don't think Microsoft is going to take that. Like, I really don't think Microsoft is going to take that. Like, if Microsoft delayed Halo, their biggest title for an entire year, I don't think they're going to accept bugs anymore from Bethesda's games.
Bro, I'm pretty sure Phil just kicked down the door. He was like, "Todd, your games have a shit ton of bugs in them on release. Not this time. You're in my house now."
We'll delay the game 3 years if we have to.
There's no way we're gonna let you do this and get away with this. Every time y'all release a game, it's something fucked up about it.
Something new every time.
Every time, Todd. I don't get it. And we love your games. But you just mess up something that is major. Not here. Not in Microsoft Studio.
Not in Microsoft Studio.
Not Big Daddy Microsoft saying, nah, it's not good enough for the Nintendo.
I have a, right, ooh. But, like I said, I have a 3 for that. And
same.
Maybe at I have a very nice hope that before the end of the year we get some more gameplay.
Oh yeah, they're gonna we're probably not gonna get anything in the end of this year, but definitely next year they're probably gonna be like pushing the heck out of that game.
Yeah, I can like just show me like an arm or like a ray gun, or like is it just like Microsoft No Man's Sky? Because if that's the case, that's fine too.
That would be pretty cool.
That's totally fine, and just make it current No Man's Sky now, the way how amazing No Man's Sky is now, but just with extra stuff. That would be phenomenal. Like without any bugs, and because I've definitely experienced some bugs for my time of playing it recently on the PlayStation 5 with these new updates, and y'all have seen evidence me falling through the floor.
Mm-hmm.
But there's some mild excitement for Starfield. Like they've been talking about it for fucking ever. It feels like so.
Yes. Oh my god! I can't wait to see the final product.
I'll be more excited for them releasing the game than actually just seeing the game. Like when they actually get rid of it and get it out, then I'm like, finally.
Because I feel like it's going to be a good amount. They've had enough time to work on it because it's Fallout 76, I think, was by Bethesda Game Studios. And I was like,
that's the Softworks.
Whatever it's called. I think that was the last one by that studio. And I think they definitely learned their lesson from 76, how they had to retroactively go and fix a lot of things to make that work. It's either 76 or Fallout 4. I can't remember which one.
It was definitely 76. Bruh, if someone can make a video that says the 1001 bugs of Fallout 76 and it's not an exaggeration with that number,
yeah,
that's crazy. That's ridiculous.
Which again,
each
another
one
reason,
has its own unique bug.
Was another reason why I think it's so far out, because they're just like, look, we're announcing this a year and a half. Like they've announced that game like what 2020 or 2019. I think it was 2019. They first announced Starfield.
2019.
Yeah, so they announced it very like far out, and so I'm pretty sure they're just like, hey, we need to get this right. So that's kind of it for what we know for Xbox for at least a vague year. The thing that's up in the air is a few games. Actually, is up in the air. Avowed. We still know nothing about Avowed.
Oh yeah, their little Elder Scrolls.
That's right.
Yeah, that's Obsidian.
Yeah,
it is a fantasy. It is a fantasy setting, so yeah, kind of like Elder Scrolls fantasy RPG. Grounded still's kind of like in beta or like early access. That's also by Obsidian, so that may get a full release next year. Who knows?
I completely forgot about Avowed. Oh my god!
And like, I don't know if Avowed really can come out next year because RPGs take a while to really do. And that studio's last big game was The Outer Worlds, and that was like 2019, I believe, like late 2019 or something like that. And again, we've shown nothing about Avowed since last year.
Yeah.
Same goes along with Fable. Again, we don't know anything about Fable. We just know it exists.
It's like they talk about it. we seen the little trailer that they showed. What was it, last year before last?
Last year.
And
actually, I think it was the Game Awards, so that was like late last year that they showed that off.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And I was like, ooh, I thought y'all forgot about this. No Peter Molyneux either? Okay.
Trying to think, was it? Oh no, it was Perfect Dark. Sorry, it was Perfect Dark at the Game Awards, and Fable was like the Xbox Series.
Yeah, that too. Add that to the list of no shows. And
so we don't know what's going on with Perfect Dark. So that could be 2022. We don't know. We just don't know.
If it's gonna be 2022, it's gonna be late 2022.
Well, no, because I don't think it's going to compete with Starfield. It's definitely going to be in November. If they do if Perfect Dark is ready for next year, it's probably going to be August, October, somewhere around that time frame. Then we also got to factor in Forza Motorsport the the serious one.
The actual racing sim.
Yeah,
serious one. The left turn simulator.
That's me. There's some right turns in there.
Not as many as the left turns, though.
That's probably going to get like a October-ish release. September. They usually do the Forza games around September, October, around that time frame. So again, and Everwild. We know nothing about Everwild as well. That's Rare's new game.
Curious.
They showed the trailer like 2019, I believe.
Everwild?
Everwild, yeah. That is such a generic name. God, it's such a generic name. Rumors have it that that game is going through development hell. That it was like restarting the game or rebooting it again.
Oh, this.
So who knows what that is? And that's kind of like the problem right now as a Microsoft fan is like there's so much stuff announced and they have so much studios that we know we're going to get games. We just don't know when. And like Microsoft can announce something this year and we won't see it till like 3 years down the line. And then they could pull something like, Redfall or Forza Horizon and be like, all right, here's a trailer. It's out in a few months.
And you'd be like, wait, but y'all just revealed the game like last month. What's going on?
But Microsoft, the Xbox is about to become a RPG powerhouse. Good God. Just like looking at the upcoming years, you got Starfield, Avowed, Fable, The Outer Worlds 2. That was just recently announced. That's 4 major RPGs is coming out extremely soon, pretty much in the next few years.
There have been an RPG drought. Yeah. Unless you have Game Pass and you just go back and play older shit that's not exactly exclusive.
And even then, you have so much. Oh, I completely forgot about some other Xbox RPGs. You still got the studio that did Wasteland. They've recently got expanded to like 2 studios, and they're working on 2 RPGs. And then there's another RPG studio I'm forgetting about too. They're currently working on something. The studio that did the Bard's Tale games.
Oh yeah, I remember what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about, but I don't remember the name of the game.
I don't either.
Yeah, they're working on something too. So they got a lot going on. But trying
to get their shit together.
Yeah. So that's it for the big 2 in terms of like console fidelity powerhouses of Sony and Xbox. So we're going to wrap up this episode with that, and we're going to post the next episode next week with us looking at Nintendo's releases for 2021 and 2022, as well as third-party releases from 2021 and 2022. All right, so please look out for that and check back in for our discussion on that. Any final thoughts on what Microsoft and Sony has for us as gamers?
We actually have a lot of stuff coming. It's going to be a great year for gaming. Is it?
That last quarter, boy, everybody gonna be broke.
Oh, it's gonna be a bloodbath this fall.
Yeah, man, bank account gonna be begging. Bank account gonna be begging for mercy.
Broketober and Brokevember and Brokecember. There will be no Christmas. You will have Master Chief and Halo Infinite under your tree.
And yeah, y'all know what I'm waiting for though. January 2022.
We already know. We're gonna get to that.
Yeah.
But all right, y'all. We'll catch you on the next one. This has been the Sound Test Podcast, episode 5. See y'all in the next one.
Yeah.
What did you say?
Said no, you won't.
Ass.